Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my one block world. We're looking good. We've got our enchanted diamond armor. We've got our enchanted weapons. We've got a whole world to explore. But there's always more work to be done in this one block world, because if we don't get anything done, nothing's ever gonna get done in this world. But hopefully you're doing wonderfully, and hopefully you're having a good day. I think I'm gonna stay in this overworld for a couple more days just to see if I can get a couple more trades with my wandering trader, because we're looking a little bit low. And as much as I want to continue to explore the nether, whenever I am in there, it does, of course, limit my trading opportunities, which is so very important in this one block world, especially because we're waiting for a bunch more glass. But we can also get to work on maybe getting some glass in a different way, because we can craft sand. We just need stone and dirt. Now we've got a lot of dirt, although this mainly I do want to use for just expanding the land around here, but I think we can debate to start using that, and we might as well start gathering a little bit more stone while we're here. But I think we break the block a little bit, try and get a new trade with the villager, and we'll see from there. Honestly, I'm not too worried about it, but I think we'll break the block a little bit. Maybe we'll just place some more grass around, and we'll just see where the day takes us. Every once in a while, you know, we gotta get some work done in this world, or else we're never gonna get new materials and new diamonds and new everything. So we might as well just break the block just a little bit. And all I have to remember today is when I see stone, I want to silk touch it, because we can use stone for creating of sand, and then I don't have to smelt it. So that is currently the project. I think we break until we see a new trade with the villager, or until we reach 10,000, which I don't think is going to happen first, but I think that's a good way to go about it. I still truly think we need to find some way of getting an upgrade template for netherite, because why else are we collecting all this netherite if we can't do anything with it? So I think that would be just an incredible find for us, but I still don't quite know how we're gonna get it. If it's gonna be something a mob drops, if it's gonna be something we maybe fish up, or something we're able to craft. I don't think we can craft it. That would be very silly of me to have never checked that this whole time. But I don't think we can. And this way, I don't know, we can just break a couple blocks, see what we get. We always need, you know, more materials. We need more coal, we need more diamonds. We don't particularly need more netherite, but at the same time, it's always nice to have. And especially if we're ever gonna need it, we're gonna need it. Which is a very redundant sentence, but nevertheless what I just said. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully the villager spawns soon, but you know, every once in a while you gotta do some one block stuff. This is how the one block world works, and this is what we have to get done. I still want to explore the nether a little bit more, but like I said, it's just we need a little bit more glass, and for that we need the villager. So we're in the overworld a little bit, but I like the overworld. I think it's a fun place. And especially because we have no other way of getting materials, right? We can't go mining for iron. I suppose we could set up some sort of farm for it, but I'm not 100% sure how that works. But since we can't get any of our materials any other way, every once in a while I really do just need to come here and break the block for a little bit. Which I do often do. Well, not super often, but on occasion I do it off camera. But I thought for today I'd let you all join me, because who would want to miss all this? So here we are. Hopefully you're ready to have the time of your life. That doesn't go here. Let me see. Okay, there we go. We didn't get a whole lot of materials, but we got a couple things, and I think that that is very important. And this goes here. We got, you know, 4 extra stone and 6 extra dirt, so we're getting somewhere. We'll be able to make like a couple pieces of sand in no time. But where did that villager go to? Is he in here? No. He's not over there. I don't think he's on this side of the island either. So So I think maybe over here. Oh, there he is. I'm always worried he goes up there. He does that sometimes, and then it takes me absolutely forever to find him. What do we have for trade? Calcite is pretty, but we don't need it. Gunpowder for cobblestone is a good one, and I will get some axolotls. Why, thank you. I forgot those were an option. Yeah, anything that's a mob drop to trade, it's always just worth trading because, like, what else am I gonna do with all of this gunpowder? But dirt usually isn't worth a trade. I might do some drip leaves just because I don't know how else we'd get them, and they could be fun in the future. So let me go ahead and grab some iron and some diamonds, and then this guy will be happy. I'm assuming we should be able to breed axolotls normally, so I only really need 2. And drip leaves we only really need the 1 of. So, that seems worth it. But this is why you gotta break the block, otherwise I wouldn't have all these funds. And most of this iron, by the way, does come from trading with the villager. He'll sometimes have, like, bones for iron, and then it's just always worth just quickly trading. There we go. I'm sure you're happy with all of these trades. You finally have a job again. But yeah, nothing else for me to buy right now, so I guess I'll leave this be. And we'll put... a lot of this stuff in this chest has been traded for, so that's why it's all here. And this can join it now. You know what? We can actually probably fill the pond up with a bunch of stuff right now. We've got so much fun stuff just waiting for us to use. Let me go put my cobblestone in the cobblestone chest. This area is slowly starting to get used. I don't have a lot of materials because there's no real, obviously, renewable way of getting anything. So a lot of stuff just gets immediately used, but when I do have spares, I do put it over there. So that's a good use of my time, I do suppose. Okay, now we've traded with the villager once. We didn't quite get what we want, but I think that's okay. I think I'll leave the rest of my mining to do off camera. I'm cooking some more steak. I think I did that in between videos. But the cow farm is doing great. We're still waiting for 1 more pig, unfortunately. The rest are doing good, but we need to remember if it ever storms out here, like a thunderstorm, we need to just immediately go to bed. Because otherwise the pigs get struck by lightning, turn into zombie pigmen, and well, then we don't have any pigs anymore. That's what happened. Which feels a little bit inevitable because especially when that was happening, I was AFK at that farm a lot, so obviously I'm not going to be hearing the thunderstorm happening if I'm AFK. So that was what happened. But, you know, we learned from that lesson, and now we know if it ever does storm in Minecraft, to sleep. Which I also kind of already knew, mainly because all of our pathways were wooden. I didn't want any of those to catch fire and us to be stranded somewhere. But I hadn't considered my pigs being casualties. But the more you know. Minecraft, if pigs get struck by lightning, they become zombified pigmen. I didn't mean to break that block. Let's see, is this high enough? Probably, right? Yeah, okay. This tree was bothering me, that's why we're chopping it down. It doesn't need to be here. And we have the saplings if you ever want to grow another one. This was all here to build this, but the structure that's meant to be wooden has been built, and now we're just waiting on a lot more glass. Okay, there we go. This tree, gone. I'll probably at some point replace this all with grass, because this is kind of ugly, but for now, it can stay. Just this once, I suppose. We're starting to collect a good amount of saplings. We don't have all of the saplings just yet, but we do have a nice amount, so I don't think we can complain. You go back. Sniffer egg was also traded for, in case you were wondering. And let me just move some of this stuff to the storage area. Yeah, there's so many projects I want to do in this world. I don't know, you know? There's always more for us to do. And that keeps it interesting as well, of course. but we still got stuff to do. This world, it keeps on happening. It keeps on turning. And we just gotta turn with it, improve, learn some skills, and just have an overall great time. And I think... I don't know if I want to wait for him forever. Do I have much calcite at this point? I've got a couple. I know I have traded for it before. Or maybe I thought I did. Okay, well, if I traded for it, I can't find it. I need to figure out a way of keeping the bees here. After I built this, I think if I breed them, they stay, because that's why those two that we have stayed. But potentially we could be looking towards maybe getting name tags or something. Which, have I ever picked up any name tags is what I'm currently checking. But I don't think we have. Which is unfortunate. We've got a lot of CDs. This, by the way, this is the where everything gets sorted. Then all of the actual mob drops go over there. And anything interesting kind of stays on this side. But this chest is the really interesting stuff. So I've got a couple of pottery shards, which I don't know what they are. I don't know what they do. This is new Minecraft, and I haven't really played a lot of new Minecraft. So if anybody has any idea what these do, definitely let me know. Got a couple of potions of healing from witches, some redstone, some iron, then a couple of armor trims, which is kind of exciting. I definitely think it's exciting. We could maybe try experimenting with that once we've got ourselves some netherite armor. And then a whole bunch of discs, which we could probably find, make a disc play or whatever that's called. But we have Maul, we have Relic, which I believe, I don't think I know this one. Blocks, we've got a whole lot of blocks for some reason. We've got Chirp, we've got 13, we've got Mellow High, we've got Cat, we've got Ward, we've got Stall, and we've got 11. And other than that, I believe I've bought a disc, maybe two, whenever the trader had it, when it was an interesting one. So I have bought Other Side, because that's one of my favorite tracks. But other than that, you know, we've got a whole bunch of discs to listen to at some point. So maybe we start doing some of those. What is that called? I want to type in a player, but that's not it. Disc, that's a dispenser. I'm not gonna remember it right now, and that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta remember it another time. There we go. Or you lie to yourself and then all of a sudden you find you do actually remember it. It's called gaslighting of the self. And there we go. Now we've got a disc player. At some point I'm gonna actually need to set up a home somewhere. We've done, you know, one real build here, but we haven't built a home. But I feel like that comes later. When I play in a Minecraft world, I very much just like to set up a shop just out in the open, in the wild, and just explore a little bit. Live underneath the beautiful Minecraft sky, feel the sun on my skin, hear the bees buzzing around me, see the cows floating, which they're not meant to do, and they know that. You're gonna get yourself in trouble, little guy, because if you escape here, I have no choice but to kill you once you grow up. And then what, There we go. They like to escape sometimes. Okay. Let's see if there's any way for us to craft name tags. No. How about a template? So we have all of these. So once you've got one trim, we can duplicate it. So that's nothing to be worried about. The issue is the netherite upgrade, for which we also need this one first, which is so unfortunate. But I guess we'll have to be patient and find another way to get it. That is an Enderman. How annoying. Endermen are pretty much the bane of this existence in this world specifically, because I place every one of these blocks. So for an Enderman to come along and decide to just pick up all of my hard work, heartbreaking. Not a fan of Endermans. But they are part of this world, and they give us ender pearls, so I guess we truly can't be complaining too much. And I think we just kind of... we gotta keep going. I wonder if it's time to go back into the Nether. And it's less so about facing my fears now, and more about just continuing to build in this world and continuing to find new mobs, and just because I'm never gonna get to experience the blazes if I don't wait out there for a little while and have the blazes spawn. So maybe we go into the Nether right now and we prepare, I guess, for the next video to have a longer stakeout mission over there. So we can't really do much right now. I don't really need anything else from here. And we go. I like that we can just barely see the shadow of this place in the distance. I'm really glad we built all this. Okay, I did bring my sword, that's good to know. Let me also grab this bow and arrow. If there's any ghasts out there, any blazes, we're now equipped to deal with them. I guess that was why we left the Nether in the first place, and then I just kind of forgot to come back. Whoops. Ghasts are scary. Maybe not just... okay, you can tell that I don't usually do bow stuff in Minecraft, and I think that's okay. I think it's okay to grow. Oh my goodness. There we go. Well, that was my first time killing a ghast. I'm glad you could all be here to witness. Let's go deal with the mobs. After I eat, because otherwise my health will not regenerate, and that will be awful. You know what? I already feel more confident in the Nether. Don't jinx yourself right now, but... what can I say? I feel a little bit more comfortable in the Nether. I want that ghast tier. That's why you see me immediately run this way, because I want the ghast tier. Okay, let's see. Let's deal with the magma. Not if you're gonna jump. And then we should be good to leave this Nether adventure behind us. Okay, you know what? I'm getting some bow practice. It's only on the little guys. But nevertheless, I'm having a great time. We've got our first ghast here. What an exciting time to be alive. Maybe that's a good use of the bow and arrow, so I can hit the zombie pigmen when I'm a little bit further away, which gives me time to mentally prepare to face them. But you know what? I think we're ready to have a little stakeout here. Hopefully get a couple of blazes to spawn. I'm worried that maybe blazes need more than a 4x4 area to spawn. It's a little bit difficult to do research. I mean a 2x2. It's a little bit difficult to do research on it because technically in regular Minecraft, all blazes care about spawning wise is that they have a physical spawner in a fortress. They don't just spawn out in the wild. So I can't really find any data that says, you know, they need like 6 blocks of space or anything like that. So hopefully if we wait out, you know, a couple of cycles out here to see if any blazes do spawn, then we'll know the truth. And if not, after a couple tries, then we can try to hopefully expand the area a little bit. But I guess we continue exploring this Nether base, improving my skills next time. Oh, don't hurt that chest. Oh, it's such a terrible time whenever I'm here. Oh, I'm just on fire. Okay, well, always the gas, always ruining everything. Okay. I can aim. I've done this before. One singular time. Can't you tell, Mr. Ghast, that I'm trying to end this video? Has that not occurred to you? Or do you just not care? Okay, well, maybe I just can't aim. Have we considered that one? Okay, well, the gas is now rendered out, so I guess we'll deal with those mobs in the next video. Crisis averted. And I stayed calm. You know what? I stayed calm, and I think that shows I'm improving in Minecraft. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any tips or tricks for what I maybe can do to get some ghasts to spawn here, and by gas I do mean blazes, definitely let me know. But I think this will be it for now. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. I do always appreciate all of your support, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon in this world or the next. Alright, have a good one. Bye bye.